Hello everyone, it's nice to see all of you once again. Even today, I will be discussing about sociology for class 11, your first unit, that is sociology as a discipline. Okay, and under this, we have discussed about a lot of subtopics such as the subject matter of sociology, the scope of sociology, and also the relationship between other social sciences, right? We have discussed about sociology, its relationship and differences between history, and also we have discussed about some other important topics under this particular unit. And today I would like to discuss about sociology and economics, the relationship and the difference between sociology and economics and sociology and anthropology. Okay, so those are some of the things which we are going to discuss today. Okay, and I'm very sure we're going to learn something new even today. So as I explain those topics, I would kindly request you to refer to your textbooks. Okay, so the first topic is sociology and economics. Sociology, we have discussed a lot about that, so I'm not going into detail about that. It's simply the scientific study of society or the human relationships. Okay, so that is what we have learned so far. But now, economics. Okay, economics is the study of economic activities. Okay, now it talks about the study of economic activities. What are those economic activities here? Economic activities can be, okay, the production of goods and services of a country or of a particular state or a district, right? So that is what they study under economic activities. They also discuss about the consumption, the consumption of goods and services, okay, by the people, okay, or even the exchange of goods and services among the people, okay, and also, okay, it also maintains, the resources which is available to them, proper management of resources which is available to a particular country or a particular state. That is what we know about the economic activities. So in a nutshell, all those things, okay, which are related to each other, such as the production, consumption, okay, or the management of goods and services, everything comes under the economic activities. And thus, this is what we study under economic activities. So economics is the study of economic activities. Now, let's discuss a little bit about the difference, okay? Difference between economics and sociology, okay? Economics and sociology. Now, like I've mentioned, okay, economics studies about the economic activities, okay? And also it studies about the relationship and organization which is related to economics. For example, relationships like, for example, the demand and supply relationship, okay? For example, if the supply is very high and the demand is very less, for a particular goods, okay? For example, paper, okay? The demand is like very low, but the supply of paper is very high. Now what happens is that the money, the cost of this particular paper will decrease, right? So that is the relationship. And if the demand is very high, if we need paper so much, but the supply is very less, if like 10 people needs like 500 books, but we only have 400 books in the market, the supply is very low. Now what happens is that, okay, the shopkeepers will tend to increase the price of the books, right? Why? Because there is a scarcity of the supply and the demand is very high, and that is the reason why it might increase in the price, right? So that kind of relationship between demand and supply, and also when we talk about other goods and commodities, okay, we have seen a lot of relationship of economic activities, even the organizations as well, okay? So how does organizations relate to the economic activities? Under all those things, okay, this is what we study in economics. But in sociology, okay, all those things, okay, which we have discussed just now, economic activities, relationships under economics, those are all social realities only. But again, sociology deals with social activities. Social activities. We have organizations, institutions, law and order in the society, right? How does it impact the society? What role does it play in the society? The functions, the structure of the society, right? So that is what we studied. The activities of the society is what we study under sociology. First is economic activities, another one is social activities. The next point is even the economic theory, okay? There is a very famous economist who is called by the name Adam Smith, okay? A-D-A-M, Adam, S-M-I-T-H, Smith, okay? Adam Smith. Now, he says that, okay, there is this division of labor in the society, okay? There is a division of labor in the society because of mass of production, okay? Because of the mass of production, okay, there is a division of labor in the society. For example, you know, if you are producing something in a factory, for example, you know, I will mention once again paper, okay? Now what happens is that paper, you know, you need to cut some bamboos and some trees, right? We need some group of people who does that. And also there should be some people who check out all the chemicals and everything in order to make the paper. And slowly, okay, there will be some people who needs to operate the machines and everything. And there will be a group of people who will sell the product, the final products and everything, right? So there is a certain division of labor, right? Because of the mass of production of goods, okay? Because of the goods that they produce, okay? It demands them to divide the labor among themselves, okay? For example, a laborer, okay, who is cutting the bamboos will not be able to sell the final goods in the products in the market. But again, you know, those people who sell those products, okay, may not be able to operate the machines and everything, right? So there is a proper division of labor which is created because of the mass of production. That is what Adam Smith says. Again, in the sociology, okay, there is a sociologist who is called by the name Emile Durkheim, okay, E-M-I-L-E, Emile, D-U-R-K-H-E-I-M, Emile Durkheim. What does he say? Okay, Emile Durkheim, he says that, okay, there is division of labor in the society because the society is transforming from simple to complex societies, okay, from simple to complex societies. Here, he has given the example of, you know, simple is related to the mechanical type of solidarity. That is what it says, okay. Here, in this type of society, you know, it's more or less like traditional only, you know, the villages and all, okay. Almost all the people are engaged in the same occupation, or they have the common customs and traditions, or even, okay, the educational background might be similar to each other, and that is the reason why, okay, they help out each other, okay, but you know, they don't have much division of labor. I'm not saying that there is zero division of labor. No, there is a minute, you know, division of labor among the people, but when it comes to the complex societies, okay, he has, you know, related it to organic solidarity, okay, organic solidarity. Here it says that especially in the urban settings, you know, we have different groups of people in the society who are specialized with different skills in the society, right? For example, you know, as a teacher, you know, my job is to teach the students, okay? But, you know, this thing would not happen possible if there were no, you know, technicians, you know, who can use the cameras and everything, right? So in that way, okay, we are related to each other, and then we have to depend on each other. Even if the cameras and everything is not there, and if the teachers are not here, you know, this would not happen possible. And even if the teachers are here, and if the camera crew members are not here, and if the department is not here, this would not have been possible. So there are different groups of people who are specialized in different occupations, right? And that is the reason why it makes it complex, but there is a pure division of labor, you know. They have their own work to do, I have my own work to do. Even a farmer also relies on the factory workers. Why? Because he needs a tractor in order to till his land. And also those workers need rice or food grains, and which is being supplied by the farmers, right? So that is the reason why it says that, you know, in a society, you know, it's a very complex thing. And when there is complexity in the society, there is always division of labor. And it occurs because of the transformation of simple to complex societies here. But in the economics, no, according to Adam Smith, he says that no, it's because of the mass of production of goods in the society. Okay, so that is the basic difference between these two. Now, the relationship, okay, between Sociology and economics. Okay, sociologists are also interested in the study of economic activities. Okay, why? Because the economic activities impacts the people a lot, the society a lot. It transforms the society in many ways, and that is the reason why sociologists are also interested in the study of economic activities. Okay, there is also a branch called as sociology of economic life, and it deals with the social aspects of income, occupation, consumption, and so on. Okay, so sociology of economic life, okay, it deals with the social aspects of income. Okay, so for example, if there are 5 members in a family, and if the salary of the father, if the father is the only bread earner in the family, okay, and if he is getting around 50,000, is it enough for him or not? No. And because of that particular salary, what is the living standard of that particular family, right? So those kind of relative studies are also made under this sociology of economic life. Also, economics deals with the social dimensions of the society. For example, we talk about the government giving different types of welfare schemes to the people. Okay, the economists, they study the society from sociological dimension. Okay, whether the people are happy or not, whether all the people have got their own share or not. Okay, so that is what we study under this. Okay, and those welfare schemes, okay, also play a very important role, which has a lot of impact on the social life of the people. Okay, so in that way they are related to each other. So in that manner, okay, when we see economics and sociology, we can say that the subject matter might vary, okay, but they are very closely related to each other. Why? Because sociology plays a very important role in economics. Economics do the same with sociology, and that is the reason why they are also very closely related to each other. Now, the next topic that I would like to discuss with you is about sociology and anthropology. Okay, anthropology. Now, what is this anthropology all about here? Anthropology, okay, is the study of man and his works. Okay, is the study of man in his works. The man's activities. Okay, it may deal with the present and also with the past societies. They try to relate how this past societies transformed into the present society. Or they also study about the different types of structures of human beings. Okay, and they try to compare with the people of from one region to another region. For example, the study of what is the structure of the human beings in the South India and the northeastern Indias, it may vary from one to the other, right? So all those comparative studies are also made under anthropology. Okay, and there are some branches, okay, under this anthropology. Okay, so the first one is biological. Okay, biological or physical anthropology, that is what we call here. Okay, so what does it study? Okay, it basically study the biological concept or biological aspect. Okay, aspect as evolution and the races of the mankind. Okay, so it deals with the biological activities of human beings. Okay, for example, like I've mentioned, okay, the race, okay, the different types of race which we find in India. Okay, they try to compare it from one region to another region. Okay, they study about that. Okay, they also try to understand how humans have evolved, okay, from one phase of life to another phase of life, okay, from one century to another century. Okay, so all those things is studied under biological anthropology or physical anthropology. Okay, so it deals with the living organisms here. Okay, and the next is socio-cultural, okay, or the social-cultural anthropology, that is what they call here. Okay, so what does it deal here? It deals with the social and physical aspect. Okay, I repeat again, the social and physical aspect. And in United States of America, okay, it is also known as cultural anthropology. Okay, so it deals with the social and the cultural aspect of the society. Okay, so cultural, okay, anything related to the culture, the customs and traditions, everything. Okay, so the food habits of the people. Okay, so how did it evolve into, okay, and how comes the people have such customs and traditions which vary from one society to another society, right? So all those things are studied under this socio-cultural anthropology. Okay, and the next we have, okay, The next we have the prehistoric archaeology. Okay, prehistoric archaeology. What do we study here? It studies about the prehistoric period when history was not known to men. Means when men did not start, the art of writing. Okay, to start, they did not start keeping written records during this time, and that is what they also study under this. Now, social anthropology, comparing to other two, what do you say, anthropology, okay, this is more closer to sociology. The next is the difference, okay, anthropology and sociology. It studies about the tribal peasant society or even the pre-literate society. The next one studies the complex societies, sociology, such as the modern societies, industrial societies, how it came into being, what role does it play in the society, right? So all those things are what we study under anthropology, okay? So anthropology mostly deals with the simple societies, sociology more with the complex societies. The next is, participant observant. When they collect the data, okay, data collection, when they collect the information from the field, most of the anthropologists follow participant observant. They live in that particular village where they choose to study, and then they participate along with them. He live along with them, and more or less he become like a member, okay, of that particular area, and then he try to collect information accordingly. And in sociology, there are various methods which we use, okay, but the most important one which we give a lot of importance is the social survey. For example, you collect the data by giving them questionnaires, okay, or you also collect data through interview system, okay. If you want to know about the women's participation in the village, okay, you go and talk to some women folk, right, and then you collect information, interview system, or you can give them questionnaires. Are you allowed to sit in the council meetings? Such questions which you want to ask, you ask them, and then they have to choose, okay, some multiple choice questions. You will give them some options, okay. So that is what we do under the social survey system. The next is relationship. What is the relationship between anthropology and sociology here? Okay, both studies the holistic manner, the complete, the idea about a particular society. If you're studying about the human structure, you don't just study about the leg and the hands and leave the others. You study completely, the whole human body. In the same way, okay, it studies the complete, structure of whatever they are going to study. For example, if you're studying about institutions, they don't just study about a family and then they just leave it like that. They study about all the institutions which is there in the society. And both of them, they do comparative, okay, studies, comparative in nature, okay. It compares one society to the other. It also compares one of the past society to the present society and all, okay. And also, they accept each other's conclusion. Whenever they do any kind of studies, they come to a conclusion. They say that, this is the end result, the outcome of my study and everything. And thus, they accept each other's conclusion in that manner. So when we look into this particular subject matter, okay, social anthropology and sociology, we can see a lot of distinctions, but the distinctions are very minute. Why? Because both of them deals with the study of society, okay, one with the past, also with the present, one with the present society, and a little bit with the past society, that is the sociology, okay. So in that way, they are related to each other. So when we talk about, social anthropology in our Indian concept, okay, we can hardly see any kind of distinctions, okay. Why? Because almost everything are related to each other, okay. So with that, I would like to conclude our classes for today, okay, and I would request you to go through your textbooks, the topics which we have discussed, okay, and see you in the next class. Thank you so much.